I remember my preconception appointment like it was yesterday. After 6 years of marriage, building our careers, and developing some semblance of financial security, my husband and I were finally ready to expand our family. Be careful, my doctor warned me. You're only just starting prenatal vitamins, and they won't have had time to build up in your system if you get pregnant quickly. Oh, the irony. The months flew by, but my period continued to show up. I was traveling with my husband when I noticed I hadn't used the pads I had packed. I looked at my calendar. I was late. Definitely late. I took a pregnancy test. The 3 minutes I spent waiting for the results were among the longest of my entire life. The incredibly faint line that appeared, most would call it a squinter, indicated a positive. The next day, Mother's Day, I began bleeding. I was devastated. 5 months later, I still wasn't pregnant. It was time to get serious. I started meticulously tracking my cycles. I bought ovulation prediction kits, OBKs, and began taking my basal body temperature, BBT, every morning. It was September, and we were on another trip, this time to Germany. I brought an enormous stash of pads. When I hit day 35 of my cycle without breaking into them, I sent my husband out for a pregnancy test. The instructions were, of course, in German. I had no clue how to read the results, but according to the pictures on the back of the box, the first test appeared invalid. Before using the second test in the box, I sent my husband back to the pharmacy for further instruction. He returned triumphant, and back to the bathroom I went. This time we waited together, only to have another squinter. We took it as a win. Here we were on this amazing trip, and I was pregnant. It was time to sit back, relax, and let the embryo settle in. I woke up one morning near the end of our trip in agonizing pain. I was weak, dizzy, and confused. It was all I could do to make it onto our flight home. Back in the United States, after catching a few hours of much-needed sleep, we headed to the ER. I was seen quickly and instructed to pee in a cup. Despite the pain and dizziness, I'd not had any bleeding. Imagine my surprise when the urine in the cup was black. But the ER doctor took one look at the cup, rolled his eyes, and told me all of my symptoms were PMS and I should go home. He discharged me with no evaluation. He didn't even test the urine. I left in a haze of red-hot anger, confusion, and overwhelming sadness, not to mention pain. I'd had enough of trying to conceive on our own. It was time to get help. Probably way past time. I made an appointment with the reproductive endocrinologist that Google Maps told me was closest to our house. Seriously, I did no other research. We met her exactly 1 year after our preconception appointment. It was the first time someone told me I had infertility. That was the day I became one of 48.5 million people who experience infertility. At the time, I felt isolated and alone. But now I know that a lot of people hoping to get pregnant, 15%, according to the CDC, were right there with me.